Hello again, and welcome to Roland's Reviews. Do me one small favor, folks, if you will, hit that little thumb. That is the like button. That tells YouTube that you are most assuredly enjoying uh, the information that you are viewing. And hopefully, if we get enough people to hit the little thumb, the like button, guess what? We can possibly trigger the YouTube algorithm. And that would definitely be a benefit to the station, the channel. All right, I'll give you a few more moments to come on in. And then, of course, I will do, all right, here we go. Come on in. Yeah, I will do the roll call. All right. So this is the story that's been trending. And OMG, people, if you go to the comment section under these videos with this American is complaining, oh my God, they are tearing her literally a new one. Oh my goodness. If you have social media, folks, do me one small favor and reach out to your followers, share the video, encourage them to come on in and hey, have a good time with us here. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. So I was able to get a lot of things done that needed to be done. All right. And if you remember, I told you I reached out to some other YouTubers. One was Chat with Linda B. So she did respond to my email. So we are going to talk. I love her channel and let her know that. And so hopefully we will be communicating sometime this week. And she offered some very nice words of encouragement for me and told me to keep on going, warrior. So that first truth bomb will be for Chat with Linda B. All right, let's go ahead and do the roll call. John, aka Chubbs, how you doing, dear? Tina, how you doing, love? Mayor is here. How you doing? Florida, how are you doing, dear? Chicago Hood, how are you? Baldwin Birds is here. Good, good, good. Laurie's here. Mayor, all right. Welcome, everyone. All right. If you are familiar with this subject matter, do me a favor and type it in the comment section. Cammy, where have you been? Cammy, I thought about you the other day. Are you okay? I haven't seen you in a while. Cammy says she thought Africa was Wakanda. Oh my God, Cammy, I am just laughing. And this isn't the only video that where someone is complaining, but I just find it, these liberals have people, oh, we're leaving America. Folks, and this is what someone told me years ago. When you're packing up, because a lot of people, oh, I just can't take America anymore. I have to leave because of white supremacy and racism. They go to another country. Mayor has no filter, and I love it. Tina says, why do these people think it's greener on the other side? Tina, I'm not going anywhere except to visit. Now, I have traveled extensively outside of the United States, Europe, 6 countries in Europe to be more specific. I may visit Africa one day. I have no intentions of living anywhere else. This is my home. And see, some of these people don't do research, and then they're lied to. They're thinking they're going to go over there and it's going to be kumbaya. Again, Africa is a continent, right? With several countries, over 42 countries, something like that. So to automatically think you're going to go over there and it's going to be, oh, hi, brother, hi, sister. No, 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 no. And FAFO, let me type that in the comment section. If you know what that stands for, type A1 in the comment section, because they're listening to people say, just talk about how horrible America is. You can't live here any longer. You're not going to be treated right. uh I could go on from now literally until the rapture. All right, so tell me what your thoughts are, folks. Tina, she must have gotten scammed really bad over there. Tina, even before I decided to do this video, I have watched several videos on people that packed up. Even last year, I looked at some videos. People who packed up. Oh, I can't live in Africa. I can't live in America anymore. It's just horrible. Racism and white supremacy. Come on. And then they go over there, and then they have all these they have all of these videos on TikTok and other forms of social media talking about how they've been mistreated, and scammed. That's the word I hear more than any other. And they think they're going to go over there and be embraced. You don't have the same culture as these people. They look at Black Americans just like they look at white Americans. And so, again, you don't do your research, and you think that you're going to go over there and you know uh, that you're going to be just accepted. And I've seen so many videos, um and it's they're telling about how they'll go in, to buy something, they jack the price up. So again, FAFO, and hit that like button. Samantha Bush, how are you? Glad that you're here. King Shaw, how you doing, dear? Tina, Black Americans have got to realize they are not Africans. Tina, say it again for the people in the back. Your ancestors were from Africa. You have nothing. What do you know? They go over there thinking, oh, I'm going back home. You are home when you are here. Your ancestral home, yes, is Africa, but your home is here. King Shaw, say it again for the people in the back. They are there. It's a total different culture. So people go over there, and then they make all these videos, and some of these Black Americans are older. Chicago Hood, there's a dispute whether she says snacks or snap. She says snacks, Chicago. And I went to the comment section, and they were like, ma'am, stay away from the snacks. Oh my God. The comment sections are brutal. Woo! If you want to laugh, folks, just look at some of these videos and go straight directly to the comment section. It is hilarious. In Chicago Hood, she says she owns several businesses and all these types of things. I don't know what type of business, if it's food, I don't know what it is, but it is hilarious. Cammie, Roland Martin and some other Black celebrities got free citizenships from the president of Ghana. They're making going back to Africa look amazing and luxurious. Cammie, exactly. And they're not telling these people the truth. They're not being very transparent. William, I know a guy that owns a house in Africa. He sends money to his family. He said the army controls everything. Yeah, it just, again, William, depending on which country you are, you're living in, residing in Africa, that's going to determine, how much scamming or whatever you're dealing with. But where are we? King Shaw, Roland is not going to go if there isn't food involved. Yes. Cammie, where have you been, dear? Because I thought about you the other day. Elon we're Black American. Elon is African American. Elon Musk is African American. He sure is. Okay. Where are we here? Florida. They noticed she had been eating well and assumed she had a lot of money. Oh my God. Florida. Yeah, they're like, yeah, she's not missing any meals, so she may have some extra money. And so I'm going to share a few videos with you. Um, so you just tell me what you think. Samantha Bush, when does your semester end? Roland, we have this week and then the following week, and then the next week after that is exam week. So we have 2 weeks. But I work in the summertime, so the students will be gone. I'll still be there. Okay, Cami, Africa built a set of traditions, values, structured ways of living. The Jamaicans who've immigrated to Africa, they also found out that going to Africa can't solve your problems. Right. Mayor, she's not a dentist. She says that from the videos I've watched, she says she owns several businesses. She does not tell what type of businesses they are. No Popeyes, so she ready to leave. James. Yeah, people have to realize it's a culture shock. You're not going to find the same food, the same thing. I was watching, I'm going to, I have these videos to share with you, and I have some shorts on TikTok to share with you. So I'm just saying, she didn't do her research, but listen, I like the way Anthony Logan breaks it down on his channel, and several people did a video talking about this, and because she's white, it's white supremacy and racism. And again, an older person told me years ago, when you pack up and call yourself running from something, wherever you move to, it's still right there with you. And from a lot of the Black Americans that the videos I've watched, and of course I can't show all of them to you because there are too many, they're talking about how, because they're like, oh, we're trying to get away from white supremacy and racism. They're talking about how bad the Africans treat them, but then they turn around and they treat the colonizers, well, the white people who live there, better. So what you call yourself running from, this you're still dealing with it. Dr. Sturdivant, how are you? Okay, Cami, God bless. I hope everything is better now, dear. Because I did think you ran across my mind the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope everything's all right. Yeah, anytime any of you have something going on, please feel free to send me an email so we can all send some prayers up. I'll let everyone know so we can all send a prayer. Prayer helps everyone. Thank you, Cami, for that info. Dr. Marilyn, good afternoon. My 2 cents. So I went to Accra, Ghana in 2023. And although I'm thankful for the experience, there is a reason why we have so many Africans that live in the United States. Dr. Sturdivant. Dr. Sturdivant. Yes. And Dr. Sturdivant, I've never been to Africa. Tell me anything else that you would like to share with us about your experience. So when the Africans move back to Africa, I will think about Dr. Barrel is dropping all kinds of truth bombs in here today. How you doing, OG Life? I was in Sierra Leone in 2021. Second night there, we chilling at a nice beach restaurant. Then the power went off on the whole block. Over my 10th day, the power was out 40% of the time. OG Life, I'm glad you said that. Some of the videos that I viewed, several people talked about water, power, like we're used to just, going, we're in our homes here, right? In America, you go flip the switch, you go turn the faucet on. Every once in a while, we'll lose power if we have a severe storm, if there's a major weather event. But I'm glad you said that, OG, because I heard that a lot. And we as Americans, we don't want to go too long with our power and our water out. Okay? How you doing, Chris? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone hit that like button for me. If you will, if you have Truth Social, if you have Facebook, Instagram, share this stream out. The more the merrier. Okay, Dr. Marilyn, I'm waiting for you to say something else. There it is. King Shaw, Trump doing what Biden and Harris should have been doing, and he is deporting them out of here. Yes, King Shaw, he's doing what he said he was going to do. Facts. Dr. Marilyn, not enough toilet paper and deodorant is a lie. Dr. Marilyn, okay, you got me. Okay, right. Toilet paper is a necessity. Deodorant is a definite necessity. Okay, thank you. Darla, my niece adopted a little girl from Africa due to timing and holidays. They had to stay 3 weeks instead of 3 days. Oh my God, Darla. They have no desire to ever return. Thank you, Darla. Any of you who have experiences, share them with me. Now, I don't know. I'm thinking of traveling to a few more places. And I may visit for a few days, but I am not moving there to live. Cammie, Dr. Sturtevant, you are right. Africans look at Black Americans like they are crazy with all the free stuff and free resources that are readily available to everyone. Yeah, and when you move to Africa, they think that you're wealthy. And that's why they jack the prices up and start scamming immediately. John would love to visit Africa, but Chubbs would see a lion make the lion mad and no more Chubbs. Just watch Africa on a Tarzan. Yeah, okay, sounds good. OG, the shower water pressure was so bad we had to let water build in buckets throughout the day to get a shower. OG, I've heard that from other people. Truth bomb. Tina, I have friends from Nigeria, and they think the Black Americans are crazy. Now, I will say, when I went to college, that's when I met a lot of people from Africa, so Nigeria, Uganda, South Africa. I mean, they were fine, but again, we got along just fine. I mean, every college campus has plenty of people from Africa. Darla, my next trip is in September, going to Montreal, Switzerland. Darla, I went to Lucerne, Switzerland. It is beautiful. It is like a wonderland. There's no trash on the streets. So I'd love to go back to Switzerland. So let's listen to this, folks. Let me play some of this. This girl, now, she says that she owns several businesses, so I guess she's not a dummy, but she was a dummy by not doing her research. Hit that like button and share the stream out. Thank you, folks. Here we go.
But y'all, I'd rather go back to America and deal with the racism in America before I sit here in Africa and deal with the bullshit robbery, the bullshit fraud.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a viral video of an African-American woman over in Ghana complaining about the conditions of Ghana and how they're nowhere near the standard of the good old US of A. When we're talking about, you got to bribe everybody, it's a lot of scamming going on, the electricity is unreliable, it might go out for an entire day. There's just a lot of things over in Ghana that she did not anticipate. Now, before I go any further, shout out to you guys for sending me this. This is a great clip and it's a great teachable moment. And the lesson, before we get to the video, the lesson is whenever you want to go live somewhere or even visit, you need to do your due diligence, do your research.
That's right.
Listing your house on.
All right, let me get rid of the commercial. So obviously, as much as she is complaining, I guess she was listening to these leftist loonies complain about the white supremacy and racism is holding her back, and she drank the Kool-Aid, and she's regretting it now. Okay, here we go.
So figure out where you're going and what's happening in that particular part of the world. Everywhere is not America. Really, America, the USA, this is it. You're not really going to find much better. I mean, unless you have endless pockets, which is an issue here. And before I go any further, let's get to the actual clip. Of course, if you want to see the clip in full without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
But y'all, I'd rather go back to America and deal with the racism in America before I sit here in Africa and deal with the bullshit robbery, the bullshit fraud, the bullshit scams, the bullshit too expensive, the bullshit not having no snacks, the bullshit not having no food.
You hear what she had? Not having no snacks and not having no food. Ma'am, your cheeks are chubby. I don't think you have lost weight. You do not look like a victim of starvation. So she's saying there's no snacks and no food. She's eating something. Talk to me in the comment section, people.
The bullshit electricity, the bullshit hot water, the bullshit what's that called that be coming down? The bullshit animals and scorpions outside the house. It's big spiders. It's big.
She's talking about the animals outside the house. You moving to Africa, you didn't know you were going to see scorpions and lizards and skanks and snakes. What the heck? Oh my God, here we go. I can't with her.
Lizards, colorful lizards you ain't never seen before, all in the room with you, sleeping with you.
She's talking about the lizards in her bedroom and they're sleeping in the bed with her. Hey, that's Africa, right? You didn't know about all the oh my God. I'll come back to your comments because I know this is blowing your mind too.
all the people trying to scam you when you go outside thinking you rich, so they trying to get more money off of you. I'm really trying to wrap my head around this. I'm really trying to wrap my head around how are Americans coming to Africa and being happy. Please comment down below because for me, I'm ready to go. And I always used to say, if it's up to me, it will be. And I'm going to go out to Africa and make it happen. No, I don't want to. I want to take my businesses back to America. I want to open up shop back in America, open up my dentist office and all the stuff that I was going to do.
She did say she's going to open up her dentist office. Okay, so she said businesses plural. So I don't know what her other businesses are. Oh, gee, that heifer's eating something. Okay. Mo said not the snacks. Yeah. Mary said she's eating the elephant. I can't. This chat is off the chain and I love it. Let me catch up with these comments. Oh my God. I know when I come live on Saturday, especially and Sunday, this chat is fire. So OG, she's talking about what you were talking about. Where are King Shaw? The lions be in the residential area. Now they're coming to the residential areas. So that those areas in Africa are not. Yeah, the lions are hungry. Laurie, up here in northern Maine, when we lose power, I can't use anything, including the bathroom. I have well water. Okay, good. Darling, you're going for Freddie Mercury's birthday party. Good. Crazy little thing called love. I love Freddie Mercury. God bless him. And he had plenty of cats. He was a cat man, so I love him even more. John, my friend was from Africa. She told me I would fit in good there. I said, how in an elephant's mouth? Chubbs, please behave, sir. Darla, they have made some crazy memes with her and Dr. Now. Yes. Oh, gee. A day is an understatement. ABL. Dr. Marilyn. Darla, I agree with the adoptive parents. I don't ever have to return, but the food was amazing and fresh. Okay, Dr. Marilyn. Cammie. Growing up in Brooklyn, the African kids got bullied by Black American kids, and they called them African booty scratchers. Now, I will admit, Cammie, when I was a kid growing up in New York, Cammie is speaking truth. That happened. I remember people doing that to African children. Yes, that they sure did. Me too, Chicago Hood. Right mode. Please do your research. Dr. Marilyn, did they enjoy the food and the coffee? Okay. Cammie, I wonder how much Black people from other countries are stranded in Africa because they thought the grass was greener. Some of them lost their money, so they don't have a way to get back. So that's an excellent question. You know, we don't have any statistics on that. But yeah, listening to people, folks, everyone pretty much has the internet. So don't listen to people who are saying how horrible it is. And they just can't live with this white supremacy and racism again. Several of the videos I watched, And even one of the videos I watched, I forgot which African, was it South Africa? And they really were complaining. And I think was it South Africa where they had a white Miss South Africa. And so Black Americans go to the continent of Africa, different countries, and think they're welcome and welcome home. No, that is not your home. That is your ancestors' home. Okay. Any of you who've seen that episode of Sanford and Son, when Lamont decided he put on a dashiki and told Fred they couldn't eat any more pork. Where are my Generation X's? You know what I'm talking about. And Lamont said he was dressing like that, because he's from Africa. And that's his home. And Fred said, my home is St. Louis, So several generations removed, you are an American. Darla, what did she expect? I don't know. Cammie, dentist office girl, who wants you operating on their mouth? Oh, I can't. Girl, Africa is a country with hot climates. What you thought it would be, girl? You are a whole goofy. Cammie, we've all seen. Now I'm a little older. How many of you are old enough to remember Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom? Oh my God, Dr. Sturdivant, I'm hoping you're up there. Somebody, Chicago Hood. Somebody else, back me up on that. James, is that Tootie from The Facts of Life? No, Darla, I still watch Sanford and Son too, dear. Mayor, you remember? Lamont was walking around there talking about Odabo. Talking about his new name was Kalunda. And Fred was like, yeah, I'll call you Calendar. Kalunda. Oh my God. You're gonna make me go back and watch that episode tonight. Dr. Sturdivant, yes. Okay. I watched a whole lot of National Geographic. Cammie, I still watch National Geographic. So I used to read the National Geographic magazines all the time. They were the best. All right, let me continue. Trish, yes, Sanford and Son. R.I.P. Red Fox.
Out here in America, steady electricity, and the only time our electricity get cut off is when we don't pay the bill. And we got it so good now, we got prepaid electricity, so if we forget to pay the bill, we put some money on that prepaid thing, and it comes right back on in 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes. This right here didn't come on for 14 hours yesterday. I can't deal. I love the people. Don't get me wrong. When I'm outside, I'm having fun. I love the people.
Now she said she loves the people when she's outside having fun. How many of you remember just a few minutes ago, she was talking about all the scamming they were doing on her, how they were scamming her so bad. So, ma'am, which is it? OG. Yeah, she didn't even say America. She said, what'd she say? OG America. Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard Jr. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, Darla. That's why I'm still looking at the old shows. Tristan, pick a side. Yes, dear. Here we go.
People, when I come back to reality, when you come back home.
She said when she comes back to reality, back to life, back to reality. That was a hit song in the 90s, Soul to Soul, British, UK. All right, here we go.
Home is where the heart is, right? When you come back home, you're supposed to feel comfortable, you're supposed to be happy. I'm not happy. To live in a house where you look outside and all you see is turkeys and ducks and chickens and sheep and old malnourished cows.
All right, so okay, shout out to her. Now look, there's a lot I want to say. There's a lot to quote unquote unpack here, as the cool kids say. Let me start from the top. First of all, it's Ghana. It's Ghana. It's not America. It's Ghana. If you lived in the USA your whole life and you've not experienced anything else, no other country, you've not really seen poverty. The poverty in Ghana is 100% real. So of course you're gonna have scammers. You're gonna have bribery. you're gonna have those who think you got money. I mean, look, okay, we all got a pair of eyes now. I ain't trying to be mean, but we see you got a few pounds on you, so you can go get food and things of this nature. When you're poor in other countries, it's impossible to be your size. Yep. See, that's that real poverty that you don't understand.
Right.
Living in America got you spoiled.
Yeah, she talking about she can't get food. Since when? An hour ago? CJ Parks, how you doing, love? Don't forget Shaft filmed a movie in Africa. William, I've seen all the Shaft movies. I love them. Tina says, yeah, she's homesick. Yeah, she looks like she just wants attention and someone to feel sorry for her. She put herself there. Now enjoy yourself. Jackson 5, 1977. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. I have that album around here somewhere. CJ, hi, how you doing, dear? Yeah. Don't come on social media looking for sympathy. Trish says she can't get DoorDash. No, there is no Uber Eats. There is not McDonald's. The Golden Arches are not on every corner. There's no Burger King, no Chick-fil-A. Oh, Dr. Marilyn, yes. How is she not able to get food? King Shaw, you see Dr. Umar Johnson came back. Yeah, he wanted him, all these black celebrities going over to get their Ghanaian citizenship. And then people trying to follow what celebrities are doing. They have the money to come back when they're sick of it. You don't. John said, the Golden Arches want her back for sure. Seems the grass wasn't always greener. How many of you, type it in the comment section? My Generation Xers, like Dr. Sturdivant, and I don't know, Chicago Hood, I think you told me you were a Generation Xer. The old people, each year I get older. Everything they said was true. And they used to say that all the time. The grass is not always greener. All right, Chris McDonald's, that's right. The golden end, the two M's. Yes, woohoo! Generation X. How many of you, type it in the comment section, remember the old people telling us the grass is not always greener? Kentucky Fried Tongue. William, I hear the Ghana banking system is trash and they scam their people. Yeah, when they see Americans, and the Americans is so sad, they're going over there, like I said, thinking, oh, I'm home. I'm home. And these are my brothers and my sisters. And they're looking at you like, okay. And then they just clean you out. That's how it goes. Cammie, there are plenty of food markets in Ghana and they sell plenty of snacks. Girl, don't you watch African travel videos? Hey, Cammie, she may be too far away and you know she's not going to walk. That must be the problem. Dr. Marilyn said, that's right. Here we go.
All the creature comforts, everything, the electricity come right back on. It never goes out unless you get some kind of catastrophic storm. And even in that case, it comes back on pretty quickly.
Yep.
See, you're not used to dealing with harsher conditions, a condition of a country that's not first world at all.
Yep.
Of course, you got places in Ghana where they got money, people doing well, just like anywhere else. Yep. But when they're not doing well, they're doing really, 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 really bad. And you just plopping yourself in there as a foreigner. You think because you're black that makes a difference? Listen, you as a black American might as well be a white person. Actually, didn't
I just say that they treat black Americans go over there thinking, oh, they're going to treat me like a brother or sister. No. You are an American, and honey, they see on your forehead, they see gullible, and they are coming to scam you and separate you from as much of your money as they can. All right. OG, I got my Sierra Leone citizenship back in 2021. It was an amazing experience, but I have zero plans to live there. I don't blame you. Here we go.
Not even the same, because they think the whites got money, the Chinese got money. Maybe you got a little bit of money, but not as much as them. Either way it goes, they see you as an opportunity.
Yep.
They don't really see you as one of them. There's internal issues in African nations. different groups, the class divide, tribal issues. So if they're not 100% on the same page in a place like Ghana, how are you going to come there and just have a beautiful time? It doesn't really make any sense. So like I said, before you go somewhere, become educated. You go to Ghana, where is it at? It's near the equator. So of course you're going to be in a tropical environment. You're going to have colorful lizards. You're going to have big, crazy spiders, things you've not seen before. Because
how you doing, Brother Donovan? Donovan made an excellent point, and this is what we just said, folks. Hit that like button for me, folks. Tribalism is real in Africa. Yes, Donovan. Say it again for the people in the back, sir. If you are not from their tribe, you are a foreigner. That's what Black Americans don't understand. And so they go over there and then they're shell shocked. They are culture shocked. Donovan, hey, Donovan, type in the comment section. Let me know how your kitty cats are doing. Okay, I'll be over to watch you later, but let me know how the kitties are doing. I want to make sure they're all right, dear. Thank you so much, Florida. James, is she staying at the Jim Jones retreat? Oh my God. No, Jim Jones, man, he was in Guyana, South American country. Chicago Hood, where are we? They see the Black Americans as one big dollar sign on their forehead. Yes. Hey, Tina, listen to this. When they see an American, okay, here they come with the games and the scams. The movie The Gods Must Be Crazy was good. Yeah, I love that movie. Better than here in Idaho. If you're not born there, you don't want to be there. Been told go home many times. Wow, Chris, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, Chris, you're welcome here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel, dear. Cammy, Africans look at Black Americans crazy for celebrating Kwanzaa and wearing dashikis because none of that is Africa. Cammy, just like the African, they were in a tizzy because of that. What was going on down there in New Orleans, Louisiana? They had that some parade, voodoo parade or something, and oh my God, and they're like, that's not us. Laura, your kitty cats are doing well too. Okay, let me send you and Donovan some kitty cats there in the chat. All right, King Shaw, she's gonna lose some weight. I'll tell you that. King Shaw, win. She's complaining now about she can't get food. Africans look at Black America. Yeah. So let me go and play this some more.
Because you're not in Detroit, Michigan no more. You're not in LA no more. You're not in Dallas, Texas no more. It's different. It's different in a place like Ghana. It's just not the same. The same kind of things we have, the wildlife control, they don't have that. Yeah, you're going to see malnourished cows and sheep and whatnot because that's what they need. Like that's how they live. And they've been living like that. You coming into their environment, criticizing it. Well, you should figure out a way to live within it and deal with it or go back. So I appreciate you saying, you know what? I'm going to go back to America, set up shop in America. It's easier. It's so much easier.
Yep.
And people say that they hate America and they want to leave. I don't really see them leaving. And then if they do leave, they always come back. And
let me give you another scenario, folks. The school where I teach, right? It is, to me, I liken it to this scenario. You always have co-workers that do nothing but complain. And they talk about how horrible it is. The school that I'm at now, I've been there 23 years. And I've been there and I've had teachers, they just could not stand it. And I got to get away from here. And before the school year is out, I can't count on two hands how many times they were banging, trying to knock the doors down to come back because they thought this school over here in another district was so much better. And they found out it wasn't. And they wonder why I've been there so long. I'm like, hey, wherever you go, you're going to have good and bad. So I just deal with it. And no one bothers me. And I like my students. So whatever. Donovan at Rollins reviews, cats are so spoiled as ever. I go to the store and get more for the cats and dog. Donovan, you're supposed to get more for the kitty cats. Meow, Donovan. I want to see your cats when I come over to watch you later. I want to see the cats on the screen. I love when you pick up the kitties and interact with them. I love that. King Shar, remember on Good Times when Michael tried to speak African to Abu and he said, what? Yeah, I remember that.
If they do leave, they make their money probably remotely from America. America is where it's at. A lot of your Ghanaian neighbors would love to come here. Matter of fact, put it to you this way.
Okay, let me stop. I have to read what Cammie said. This is also going on. Now, we've been laughing at the scamming, but what Cammie said, that's happening a lot too. Not just in the continent of Africa. That's happening all over the place. Several women have been unalived in Africa for their land, and some was killed. Some were killed by their young male lovers and robbed for all the money and valuables they brought with them. Yes, Cammie, that's a problem. So that's happening in other countries. Heck, that's happening here in America. How many of you watch Discovery ID? They want their friends hired too, but hate the job, right, William? Chris, how you doing, dear? Good afternoon. Quick question: did you see? No, Chris, I didn't get a chance to watch it, dear. I got some home remodeling stuff going on here, and so I had some stuff that I had to do. I haven't seen it, but I will watch it. I guess she didn't see the movie Primeval, based on the true story about the large crocodile named Gustav. Won't catch me going to Africa no matter what. CJ. Yeah, CJ. Lord Rollins, I've been at Hannaford 23 years last month. Laurie, woo! If I'm not mistaken, Hannaford, they make dairy products. Correct, Laurie? Here in North Carolina, I remember Hannaford products, I think with Winn-Dixie, if I'm not mistaken. God will never bless you when you live your life with your hand out and you're constantly coveting what someone else has. Hey, Chicago Hood, those are facts. An African can go all the world, some places like us, because they deep down they wish they were. Yeah, a lot of, from what I've heard, they were saying, jealousy. A lot of Africans are jealous, and they get angry at Black Americans, like you have everything, but all you do is complain about it. So a lot of stuff going on there. Cammie, Roland, did you watch the entire Root series? Yes, Cammie, I have it on video cassette. I need to get rid of the video cassette. I watched it when I was a kid, but I have it all on. I have Roots and I have Roots the Next Generation on video cassette. I'm that old, Cammie.
Ask yourself this question. You as an American citizen, I suppose still, you've not renounced it. You as an American citizen, if you go to most Ghanaians, not all, but most Ghanaians and say, hey, you want to trade places? I come to Ghana, I become a citizen. You come to America, you become a citizen. They're going to take that deal all day long.
Yep.
But it would not be so much the other way around. And that's just not for Ghana. That's for most countries on earth. Mm-hmm. A lot of Europeans will take that deal. Yep. South Americans, they'll take that deal, obviously. Asians will take it. A lot of Chinese will take it. But it's not so much the other way around, because everybody knows America is where it's at. So I'm glad you're able to realize that. I'm glad you're able to have that real pill moment. And sometimes it takes for somebody to go to a place and see how they live and experience it. When you get that first stomach bug, you get that first little bit of malaria, when the mosquitoes is biting your hind parts clean, smooth off, you'll have a revelation. It'd be a light bulb. It just goes off. Ding. Oh, you know what? I was much better off in the USA. Why don't I go back home?
That's right.
Now, as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to everybody who visits Africa. Maybe you live in Africa. I'm not trying to say that all African nations are poor. I'm just saying it's different. And that goes for any country. Okay, you want to go to China, you see all the glitz and the glamour on that what was that? The propaganda app they had, Little Red Book or TikTok, same thing. But you see all the glitz and glamour, but when you go over there, it might be a little bit different. It's just like seeing some vacation spot on the catalog. It looks beautiful in the pictures.
Mhm.
It's very well produced.
Right.
The catalog itself has a nice gloss. You know, they put that on 20-pound gloss, whatever it is. It looks beautiful. But when you go there and actually experience it, it's not quite what you were expecting.
Nope.
You have to kind of do a little bit more research rather than just saying, oh, I'm going to go to Africa, be with my people, make it work. Nah, let's be intelligent here.
That's
We
right.
have tools at our disposal. We have the internet. We have people that go over to the continent and they know about it. Talk to them first and get a realistic view of what your life is going to be before you just go over there and make a rash decision. Yeah,
And that's what we've been saying, haven't we, folks? You know, Roland Dale Hannaford owns Winn-Dixie. Okay, yeah. Because I remember we had Winn-Dixie here years ago, and then they went out of business. I thought they shut down. How you doing, Tijuana Border Jumper? How are you? You've got to get in on this. This chat has been off the chain. Okay, maybe you can calm them down, Tijuana. I can't do anything with these people. I'm just sitting here laughing. Let me see what else he's saying.
I'm gonna be an African now, and I think I'll leave that right there for now.
Okay, so tell me, what are your thoughts, folks? These people that just, oh my God, America's the worst place. It's I can't make it because of white supremacy and racism. It's holding me back. And again, I think I told you, and I have a lot of new people who drop in, and I told you I have people, they attack me in the comments and tell me I am dismissive of racism. And I just tell them where I'm at in my life spiritually. No one is more powerful than the Almighty. And anything that He has for me, guess what? I'm going to get it. And no one can stop it, right? So I guess that comes with age. So yes, there may be, you have people who don't like people of other races. That has nothing to do with me. Whatever the Creator has for me, guess what? I'm going to get it. So that I guess that's where I'm at. And so I don't, I don't get concerned or upset with groups of people or races of nationalities of people who don't even know me and may not like me. Oh, well, So I wanted to share this too, because Roland Martin, he and the other black shields, they're always talking about how terrible it is in this country. And they have to escape the racial hostility in America. And, of course, they're always pushing this Pan-Africanism, and Africa's wonderful. And okay, keep listening to these people. So I want to share this with you because, roly-poly. Just listen to this.
Americans, as you all know, have a very unique relationship with America.
Hold on, let me get rid of the commercial. Okay.
With America. Stolen from our home countries, our ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears watered this very soil. We built this country for free, and in return have been denied basic human rights. Still, against all odds, we found a way to live, love, and thrive. Yet, we can't jog through our neighborhood in broad daylight. We can't pray in our church homes. We can't shop for groceries. And this list goes on and on and on and on and on. So as these historic or horrific tragedies become more frequent, many of us are asking, where is our Wakanda, a place where we are welcomed and loved? Is it time to toss the deuces to the good old US of A and find our roots? So we're going to talk about that thing just now. Joining me now, Washington Post columnist Karen Atia.
Okay, so this back to Africa. How you doing, Tijuana Border Jumper? Thank you for the super chat, love. I just shared some hearts with you. Tijuana said, I moved to Tijuana not for racist issues, for financial reasons. You can find misery everywhere if that's what you're looking for. Tijuana, say it again for the people in the back. I'm happy in Tijuana. And Tijuana, regardless of your race or ethnicity, is America perfect? You've heard me say that. See, people have selective hearing. So I don't sit here and say, oh, everything is perfect. We don't have problems, because we do. I'm just saying where I'm at spiritually at this point in my life. I don't give a care what someone is or isn't doing, how someone feels about me, how they don't feel about me. I don't care. I guess you get old and just don't care. Dorian said, just because I was born in America doesn't make me less black or African, as they call it. Right. Cammy. And a lot of black Americans don't realize you're up here, like you said, walking around with dashikis and you know, celebrating Kwanzaa, and and Africans don't look at you as being African. So you're calling yourself African Americans and you're not. Again, Elon Musk is an African American. All right. Cammy, Roland's family immigrated from Haiti. So, Roland, why do you not go back to Haiti? Yes. Oh, my God. Dorian said, I remember a Chinese man once said that Black Americans are the only group of people who fight to stay with their oppressors. Tijuana, America's still growing as other countries are too. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I don't want to live anywhere else. Florida. Okay, yeah. Darla, excuse me. I think my maternal Irish ancestors had something to do with building America. Right. The melting pot of America. Right. Hey, we all nationalities, right? Participated in the building of the country. We can't just say one race. Everyone had a hand in it. CJ, what's this lady talking about? I'm in Oklahoma, and everywhere I go to shop, I see every person of every race shopping for groceries. CJ, exactly. How you doing, Beverly? Hit the like button for me. Let's listen to this. So African American, now you know this is MSNBC, so take this with a grain of salt. Calling us, saying African Americans, and look at Roly Poly with his African attire. And how many of you are old enough to remember when Nancy Pelosi, the Democrats like to posture. She got down, they were during Kwanzaa, she got down on her knees and she had her kente cloth on and they had to help her get up. I can't with these people. Listen up.
Focuses on international affairs, culture, and human rights issues. Roland Martin is back with me, host of the hashtag Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show, and Tiffany Drayton, journalist and expat. She's also the author of Black American Refugee, Escaping the Narcissism of the American Dream. Woo chow, we got a lot to get to. So Karen, I'm going to start with you. Your op-ed actually sparked this that you wrote in the Washington Post, which I thought was so great. So listen, I hear all of you. I think all of you make a really good point, but my question is, why should we flee instead of staying and continuing on in this centuries-long battle? Because when I think about what my ancestors went through, no matter how they try to make me feel, this is my home. And my instinct is to stand and fight. And if we must die, we'll die fighting for our home that our ancestors built. Your thoughts on that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good point. And again, I want to, state very clearly, I am coming at this also as someone whose parents are from West Africa, are from Ghana. And so sort of standing in that positionality there. Honestly, Tiffany, I think what is interesting and important to note is that we're living in a time where people have a choice. And I think it's a very individual and a very personal choice. I grew up in Texas as well. I feel that torn feeling about everything that's going on, everything that's happening in America. But I cannot lie to you, and as I'm speaking to you from Ghana, that there is a sense of peace. Mm-hmm. There's a sense of feeling like you can literally sort of breathe. There is nothing to undermine the psychic kind of relief when you see people on TV here who look like you, when you see people on the news.
See, they're painting this beautiful picture. They're not telling you about, well, you'll see, I have some TikTok clips to share with you. They're not telling you about everything else. So the Democrats painted this beautiful picture. It's wonderful. This is a fantasy, folks. Let's put Roland on one of them fishing boats in Africa and have him live that true African life. Can he? He won't make it. Dorian, yes, we are integrated, but we're still segregated. Okay. Thank you for writing. I'm just a transfer student from a junior college. That's all right. You keep it up. CJ Parks, Roland could be poster child for Humpty Dumpty. Kente cloth that was made in China. Oh, gee. Woo. John, if Roland, if he was from Africa, he would be considered a pygmy. Yes. Miss Rowland, you know I'm Chippewa, just from Tina. I totally agree with you. I'm about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I really don't care what other people think. No, Tina, what God has for you, you're going to get. So if there's someone who doesn't like Indian people, that has nothing to do with you. God will take care of it. They're not, no one is above God. And that's just where I'm at. So I don't look at people who don't like, Black people. That's their problem. I don't give a care, right? I'm out here trying to teach my students and be the best American citizen that I can be. Tijuana border jumper. If someone calls you a racial epithet, it's you who gives it power, not the name called. Tijuana, say it again for the people in the back. Thank you for the super chat. I am sending you some more heart. Right. Tijuana, I don't give a care who says what. And I guess sometimes, how you doing, partner? Some people drop into the chat and they'll say something. Like I read something, comment someone left the other day, telling me how horrible my podcast was, and I don't need to be on YouTube, and said someone said this was a waste. This is a waste of the internet. So, but they don't realize I'm a Generation Xer. So you know how some people, they get upset, they start cursing. I don't give a care. Say what you want, because I know these people that make those snide comments, they would never ever say that in person to anyone. They're keyboard warriors. I laugh. I don't get upset. If you're feeding me or financing my life, your opinion doesn't matter. Right. If you aren't. Exactly, darling. I don't care. That's all right, partner. We're glad you're here. God is no respecter of persons. He created us all in his image. Right. So these people, oh my God, like these crazy leftist loonies, Trump's getting ready to deport. He's deporting all of these illegals. Now he's going to start deporting Black people. I can't with these people. Dora, your talent is what people will remember, not your skin color. Exactly. I hope they realize most African countries do not have the American luxuries they're used to. It's very difficult to adjust. Right, Random? I know. I've been here too many years in this country, and you get used to a certain way of living. And no, I don't want to change. Okay. All right, here we go.
In the media here who look like you, and when you see you're able to come here and see where a lot of the traditions of the African American traditions and culture and food and dance, you can see it and feel it here. So I empathize with people who make choices either way, but I think I wrote that piece to situate it in a true history of African American civil rights leaders from W.E.B. Du Bois, who spent his latter years here in Ghana.
That's
right. A lot of people have. Nina Simone wrote about her time in Liberia. Maya Angelou actually spent a good amount of time in Ghana and helped contribute to, internationalist movements for civil rights.
So again, the narrative they're pushing for African Americans tired of U.S. hostility, Ghana is still calling. Okay, if they're calling, why are they treating you so horribly when you get there? And again, they're painting this beautiful story, and people are listening to this, and that's why they're going over there and they're suffering. There's a thin line between confidence and ignorance. Yes. Why are they speaking like it's the 1940s where there is no Black people on TV and other forms of media? Stop living in the past, right, Cammie? Oh, gee, you want Trump to deport Jasmine Crockett's wig collection? Okay, I can't. Donovan, notice they are interviewing Black women. These women are not aware The patriarchy is strong outside the USA. Yes, yes, Donovan. And see, they're painting this beautiful picture. They're not talking about, Donovan, I don't know if you were here. We were talking about some of the Black American women went over there and they wound up unalived. You know, jewelry stolen, property, land stolen. They don't talk about that. They paint this beautiful fantasy picture. Look for the beauty inside someone, not what the looks are. Surely find happiness. Okay, Dorian. What's really interesting is that Ghana gains its independence. They gained their independence in 1957, the same time that the civil rights movement started. Yes. How you doing? Sounds Bantu. All right. Let me continue with this. All right.
So I think for me, it's more so opening up people's imaginations that the world is really ours.
Right.
Would you say, James? You telling me that Big can't find a man? James? I don't know, James. She said she couldn't find food. She didn't say anything about a man. So who knows with her? I don't know.
Go where we want and where we're loved and appreciated. And again, I don't want to sugarcoat this.
Right, OG? They're calling so you can come over there and be scammed like the other Americans who were scammed. Dr. Marilyn, none of us think the same. I don't always agree with your content, but I love your space and you're always respectful. Plus, I love the screen. Dr. Marilyn, that's what I tell people. And there's some content creators, I don't agree with everything that they say, but I enjoy their space. I enjoy participating in their chats. And I mean, that's a good thing. We all, you know, Dr. Marilyn, we don't have groupthink on this channel. And hey, I tell everyone, feel free to voice your opinion. That's great. And I love that, Dr. Marilyn. And I want you to always feel, hey, you what you always do, say, hey, I don't agree. And then you tell us how you feel. That's great. There you go. Tijuana Water Jumper. Thank you for the super chat. Did they go to assimilate or did they go thinking they would change Ghana into America? No. Okay. So Tijuana Border Jumper, like the video I'm sharing with you now. So the Black gatekeepers in Bole, okay, they're lying to these people and they're telling them about, they're not telling them the whole story, if that makes sense. I just sent you some hearts in the comment section, Tijuana. So all I'm saying is tell the complete story, not the entire. They're telling part of they're telling this beautiful story of, you know, come back to your home. That's not your home. Sounds Bantu said in Gambia they unalived 8 Black women. Sounds Bantu. Continue giving us information in the comment section, dear. Thank you. Hit the like button for me. See, you see what I'm saying? They keep talking about how wonderful everything is. They don't say anything about the scamming, the unaliving that happens to Black Americans when they go there and other African countries. Yes, sounds Bantu. Yes. Why don't they talk about that? That's what I'm saying. They don't say anything. And so people go over there thinking it's this wonderful paradise, and you know, people are welcoming and hello, brother and sister. No. James said, I dare anyone to walk on the beach barefoot. It sounds Bantu. What else do you know, dear? Tell us. Tina, I guarantee you these ladies are making money off of Americans getting them over there. Tina, right. So the people making money telling people how wonderful it is. And then you get over there and you're stranded and scrambling, trying to scrape to survive. And your water's going off all the time. Your electricity is going off all the time. That would drive me nuts because I have to have my internet. Sounds Bantu. Thank you so much, Sounds Bantu. Appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button, dear, if you're not already subscribed. Robert, I missed your live show yesterday. I want to say, keep that MS-13 gang member. Yeah, Robert, I'm sorry. YouTube is not, you know, it's not me, Robert. They're not showing when I'm live, so that's why you missed it. Yet, what'd you say, Cammy, in Liberia, they poop on the beach? Ouch. James said send Michelle Obama there. All right. Okay. John, that lady said she's starving. She better never go back to the beach. Scientists will try hard to put her back in the ocean. John, I'm going to play this because I'm going to laugh again.
It's not necessarily a utopia here, but
Right, of course.
it's just to put that seed in people's minds that there are places where we can feel free.
Welcome and at home. I got it.
So you have to go to Ghana to feel free. That's where, okay, so that's the narrative. We're in chains and we're enslaved here in America. Now, again, those just coming in, and I don't think I have anyone in here now with selective hearing. America, we still have work to do, but we are not as divided as people think. And I keep telling people, they want you to be divided. If we all come together, we'll be a force. We would really be a force, and they would have to do the right thing. They don't want that. Sounds Bantu. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Sounds Bantu. I haven't seen Pinky in a while. Let me know if she's okay, because I haven't seen her in a while. And I know people have different things going on in their life, but I miss Pinky. Sounds Bantu said, don't believe the hype about Africa, right? Sounds Bantu. And if they're going to tell this beautiful fantasy side, tell the other side as well. That's all I'm saying. And the African men will marry women in the U.S. Dr. Marilyn, that happened in my family. Yes. True story. They'll come over here and marry American women, and they have a wife and 12 children in Africa. Yes, Dr. Marilyn, true story. I've known more than one person that has happened to. Yes, Cammie, they do that a lot. All right, here we go.
So I think that's such a good point, Karen. And Mos Def, Yassine Bey, known as Mos Def, he moved and relocated to South Africa. So Tiffany, I have to say, I love your name. I want to ask you, because when I think about leaving this country, I'm curious, how does that work? What does it look like? Because you have to think about things like being able to make a living, having the proper documentation, healthcare systems. If you have children, what does schooling look like for them? You actually did this and wrote all about it in your amazing book. So talk us through the logistics. Like, what does this, for people watching saying, you know what, that's it, I'm getting out of here. What does that look like?
Yeah, it's a really, really, really demanding task in that I have 2 kids, so I have to always think about my kids at the forefront. And I've even learned at this point, moving your kids out of the country, if they have a parent that's in the United States of America, requires a court process. It requires all types of documentation. So there's so much to think about. And primarily, I would say everyone must think about their emotional and psychological well-being. And if you can go to a place where you feel freer, where you feel more embraced, where you feel as if you have better rights, better access to things like healthcare.
Tammy said, is she Joy Reid's replacement? If she is, and she doesn't deliver the black vote, she's going to be out on her, you know what, on her can, just like Joyless was. Donovan, if black women complaining about men not making 6 figures here, where you gonna find that over there? Donovan, you better say it. You better say it. I don't know any black man talking about moving to Africa. Only black women. Donovan, that's an excellent point. Donovan, why do you think it's black women saying that and not black men? Talking about how horrible it is and they can't make it here in America. And then they go over there and they're still miserable. You can't run the same problems that you have here in America. You're going to have the same problems wherever you move to. Africa, Australia, Britain, wherever. How you doing, Diane? Diane said, hello, Roland. I have never wanted to go to Africa for anything. I'm a black American woman and America is where I will stay. All right. And Diane, I've traveled the world. I don't know if I'll visit because that's, with all the stories I've seen, the scamming that goes on. I don't know. At one point I wanted to visit, but if things don't improve, no. Better health care, better resources, right, Cammie? Sounds bad too. One of cousin's father is from Nigeria and he impregnated her older sister. He was never there for them growing up. He went to his country, married another woman, brought her back to our country. Yeah, sounds Bantu. I've heard those stories. Donovan, the delusion is real. Women are too much into their feelings, not reality. Donovan, and don't just packing up. That's a big move. Dorian, if they think that the grass is more greener, yeah, and it's not. It is not. Jesse, how you doing, love? I was in Africa doing Ebola, summer of 2014. Glad to live in the USA. Woohoo! Japan has better health care than Africa. Okay, Dorian. Cammie, there were some Black American men who were deeply into the Pan-African movement, then went to Africa and regretted it. Cammie, yes. So again, you complain where you are, and then you go somewhere else and you're still complaining. So it's not the place, it's you. James, to Roland Martin, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Yes.
I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, where healthcare is actually just a universal right. So you can show up to the hospital and to the doctor and get healthcare. So these are things that you have to think about before you make big moves, right? And everyone has their own point of research and getting access to where they're going to get that information from, and all.
All right, I'll stop this because I wanted to show something else to you. But you know, I'll have that in the description box because I have something else I want to show you. I want to show you this other woman that moved to Africa. And well, I'll let her tell it. Okay. All right. Hopefully you can see. Hit that like button for me, please. Yes, Dorian, he is. Chubbs, Roland, aka the pygmy, would move to Africa. We would be begging to come back. Yeah. CJ, what did you say now? Have they ever made a movie called Coming to Africa? Nope. CJ, I just caught that. Nope. All right, let's see what this lady is saying. Okay, Robert, I'll see what I can do, dear. Let's see what she's saying.
They're being nasty, doing nasty things, and being bad to the locals. Now, let me flip the fucking script. If this is home, why do we have to pay to be a resident?
Okay, so she was another person who listened to this. Come home, come home. Okay, so now she's upset because things weren't as she thought they were. So listen.
If this is home, why isn't our citizenship automatically given to us?
Hi guys, welcome to another video. It's Ndagiri here. Thanks for coming. As always, for the subscribers, thank you so much for your time.
So yeah, so this young lady here, she's the one who did the video, obviously, on this woman talking about her experiences. So again, tell people the whole story. And I fault these people too. You do your research. Don't listen to everything. Don't believe everything that you hear. There's two sides to every story.
There are Americans coming over here being nasty, doing nasty things, and being bad to the locals. Now, let me flip the fucking script, okay? Let's talk about the fact that
what she was just talking about is some of the locals were saying that about Americans as they're scamming and ripping them off, of course. Okay.
We get abused over here too. The thing about Ghana is stop crying victim. Stop crying victim, because y'all cheat us out of a lot of stuff. Y'all invited us to come home, which by the thousands we did. We came running to Ghana. People sold their homes, moved out of their apartments, sold everything. Some people packed up containers and moved over here just to get over here and realize this is not our home. Y'all call us foreigners. Ghanaians call us that. We didn't make that word up. We didn't start calling ourselves that. We don't know that that's what y'all call the white people and the Chinese because we're not around them.
But see what I'm saying? They get there thinking that they special. They call the Black Americans foreigners, the Chinese people foreigners, the white Americans foreign. So they thought they were special. Nope. Oh my God.
But we know that that's what y'all call us. I ain't never heard the word before, Tabby, till I came to Ghana. Okay. Y'all invite us home. Let's talk about what y'all do to us. Starting from the fucking before we get to the airport, we got to have a visa that we pay for to even enter our home. We pay all this money for passports and visas to get here. We get to the airport, and as soon as you see a fucking blue passport, everybody's coming for us. Can you give me something small, small at the COVID place? You get to immigration. Can you give me something small, small? You get to baggage. Can you give me something small, small? A person grabbed a damn cart and put my bag on it and got mad because I gave him $5 because I only had hundreds, because you come over here with hundreds to get the best, cash in rate. How about he looked at that and said, I don't want that. I said, what you mean you don't want it? I said, I want to know, what did you expect me to give you? He said, $10. I said, so you want me to give you over 100 CDs for picking up a bag, putting it in a cart? He don't know this is like my 5th time coming through the airport. I have never seen nowhere in any country or state where people have openly, it says $60 for foreigners, $30 for locals. Okay.
You hear that? Did we not say that earlier? So that this is what they don't tell you while they're sitting up there talking about how wonderful it is. Let me read some of these comments. That is the passport traveler. Dr. Marilyn, another scam Africans will do is come here on a temp status, claim they are indigent and will not be in the USA, have their babies, then go back to Africa, send their children here. Okay, Dr. Marilyn, they are college age and the children will get a free education. Dr. Marilyn knows all the scams. Whoop. Oh, wow. Sow the wind and you will reap the whirlwind. Chicago hood, yes. Moving somewhere without visiting first is foolish. Thank you. Thank you. Donovan. Excuse me, CJ. Is it true that thousands of Americans moved to Ghana? Yes. Listen to this, believe in this fairy tale. Yes. Donovan, Liberia, an American colony. First thing the free slaves did in Liberia was enslave the indigenous people that were there until 1980. Donovan's dropping some more truth bombs. Yes. Small, small. OG, when they see Americans, they come up small, small, begging for money. Woo! They don't like CDs. They like the dollar. That's right, Dr. Marilyn. Also, women traveling to Africa get kidnapped and sold into trafficking. Yes, Cammie. Yes, they do. Keep talking. And we know what happened at school Oprah had. That's another whole story. Here we go.
Go to Cocoon Park, and I don't remember the price. Let's say 200 for foreigners, because that's what y'all call us. Yep. 40 for locals. You go to the castle. It's 60 for foreigners, 10 for locals. Yep. I ain't never seen that nowhere. I ain't never went nowhere in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada where it said you pay, if you a local, if you're from here, you pay $3 for a Coca-Cola. But if you're a foreigner, you pay $8 for a Coca-Cola. I ain't never seen that nowhere except Ghana. Nobody in the airport has ever asked me for no money for nothing. I have only seen that in Ghana. Now, let's talk about the fact that y'all welcomed us home and how this process looks to me. According to y'all, the ones of us that were stolen, so let's talk about the process of coming home. We got stolen from our mother, our birth mother and father. 20 years later, we're probably 26 years old now. Our mother finds us and she said, baby, y'all come home. I miss you. Come back home. Get out them streets where they don't love you at and come home. So we drive, take a taxi, however we get to our mother's address. We get there. But before she let us come to the door, she says, oh, welcome home. But before you come in, can you pay me $300 to enter the door? That's the visa.
Okay, I hope you're listening to this. She's breaking it down. I love her analogy. Tijuana border jumper. Thank you for the super chat. I get on well in Mexico because I assimilated. I bet not one of them expats speak the local language. Quit being a tourist. Yes. Don't eat the lizards. Also, Dr. Marilyn, I will say that it made me cry to see a Black person on money. Every country has two prices in the local economy. Thank you, Donovan. Thank you. Where are we? OG, last time I checked, The visa to Nigeria is 200 plus. Woo! Let me let her finish. This is an excellent analogy.
To come home. So, okay, we happy to be home. So we paid $300 to our mother to step foot in her house because we're excited to be home to the motherland, okay? We get in there, and now it's dinner time. And she has plates on the table for the kids that grew up in the house, and she has a plate on the table for me and my sister who was stolen years ago. And she says, oh, my daughters, because you didn't grow up here, my children get to eat free that grew up here, but because you were stolen and you're just coming back, I have to charge you $20 for a plate. So me and my sister, we're so happy to be home. We're confused. We pay her $20 for a plate. Okay. That's the cocoon shit. That's y'all giving us different prices for shit. Okay. Now we're at our mother's house and we're enjoying being there. We see something's a little weird, but we enjoy being back home with our mother. We decide we want to stay. And she goes, oh, you want to stay a little longer? You're going to have to pay me $1,000 every year to stay here.
Oh,
that's the residency. Now we're paying her for residency, even though she invited us home after we were stolen from her. Okay. Now we pay the residency. And then we decide, you know what? We want to get on the birth certificate. We kind of like it here. It's a little weird, but we comfortable enough to stay here. And she tells us, oh, in order for you to stay here, I have to put my name on your birth certificate. That's going to be $3,000 each, please. And then I will put your name on the birth certificate and you will become a family member. That's the citizenship. That's the citizenship. So how are we home if we got to pay y'all? Why aren't the visas free if this is home? Why don't you?
Because it's not home. It's a scam. And all of those Black Americans who went over there, they were scammed, right? Florence, nothing but it's a shakedown. That's all it is. And Black Americans listen to some of these Black gatekeepers telling them to go home. America is so racist, you can't take it anymore. So you jump from the frying pan into the fire, as old people used to say. No, that's not your house. No, that's not your home. You got caught up in a scam.
To make this visa free for us. If this is home, why do we have to pay to be a resident? If this is home, why isn't our citizenship automatically given to us?
As you see in the video, that is what went down.
So you see what I'm saying, folks? Tijuana. Right, Tijuana. No one did homework. They listened to these gatekeepers. They listened to these race hustlers. And they, and they some of them sold their homes. Some of these people sold their homes. Some of them, sold all their worldly belongings and packed up and moved to Ghana and other countries in Africa. CJ Parks, Dr. Maryland, right. It's a money grab. It's a scam, right. Chicago hood, hustlers love to hustle. Yes. CJ, this is terrible that this lady and her sister were treated. So CJ, she was given that as a scenario explaining how Ghana treats Black Americans. Does that make sense, dear? She was given an analogy. Cammy said Africa's basically saying, B better have my money. Cammy, you better have that money day and night. OMG. So yeah. That, and they don't, again, that's why I have an issue. They don't tell these people that. They just just come on back home to Africa. That Africa is your home, and that's a bald-faced lie. Again, like this woman said, if that were the case, why this is how the scenario that she just used. I loved it. It made perfect sense. And that's what they're doing to those people. That's what they're doing to them. And it's not right. I don't like it. You don't like it. Yeah, okay, CJ. Okay. But yeah, she was just using an analogy, dear. Darla, I do more research before visiting another state. Yes. Oh, Darla said she does that more research than they did moving to Africa. Darla, right? Robert, Robert's Generation X like me, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Yes, Robert. Woohoo! Yes. And so now you understand what I'm saying, folks. Let me get rid of this commercial. And that's not right. And some of the videos, people don't have the money to even get back to America. FAFO. Period. And so that's why I wanted to do this, because this has been making the rounds on YouTube, all over social media. People are just like, what? Why would she do that? Cammy. Also, they say that there is conflict between African nations. You also need a passport to travel within Africa from nation to nation. Cammy, say it again. I don't need to be going where there's conflict and fighting. I'm going to stay right here where I'm not dealing with that. At this point in my life, I try to keep my life as stress-free as possible. My water's always on. My lights are always on. My internet's always on. Again, unless we have a weather event, I can't. No, I know I can't. I can't live outside the United States. So they found out the hard way. Tijuana, yes, and they would never say, "Oh my God, I was wrong." They would never say that. Florida. Okay, let's see what she's saying. I hope that if they return, they will open their eyes and appreciate and love America, but I think I'm hoping too much. Florida, listen to the gatekeepers, the Black Bulle, the Roland Martin, the Al Sharp tongues. Listen to these people. What do these people preach day in and day out? How racist America is. Black Americans can't make it in America because of white supremacy. The police are killing us. We just can't make it. We're all poor. We all live in the projects. We're all downtrodden. And it's because of the white man. Nothing is ever said about personal choices, decisions that people make. Everything is blamed on one group of people. And I think you know who I love. I love Dr. Thomas Sowell. And enough is enough. But everything is blamed on white supremacy, right? And racism. So there is no accountability for anyone for their actions. It's because of white supremacy and racism. And that's a cop-out. That's an excuse. Thank you, Chicago Hood. Good night. Thank you for being here. Dr. Marilyn, you will have to fight to get your land back, going to the tribal chief. Dr. Marilyn, some of these, that's why they unalive some of these Black women. They're like, they're not getting this back. No, just kill them, just kill them. CJ, when I went to Germany for the first time in 1998, the Germans would try to pull that pay double until I started speaking German. CJ, yeah, I went to Heidelberg, Germany in the 80s. Yeah, I've been to Germany, in Frankfurt. We're our Tijuana border jumper. You think DL Roly-Poly could get away looking at butt cheeks in Africa? Oh, we wouldn't see him anymore. Oh, they don't play that over there. Oh, no. No, sir, Tijuana, no. No, that he would disappear. That's how it happens. People just disappear. No one hears from them, sees them again. Cammy, on the same, on the low, some older Africans are embarrassed to stand next to Black Americans due to the toxicity and ratchetness within rap and hip hop culture because they see that as Black American culture. Cammy, you weren't here. I did a video on that. This African woman that hates. She said, "I stick my chest out." She absolutely hates Black Americans, and she says, "Yes, I think I'm better than Black Americans." I'm going to drop that link for you. And I said that in the video. They assume that that's all of Black America. Anyone looking at those rap videos and listen to those songs, oh my God. Heidelberg was where I was. I worked at Campbell Barracks. Oh, CJ. All right. Let's see what she's saying here. Let's see what she's saying.
African Americans leaving Africa right now. You know, I think when people migrate to the continent or they leave abroad, as we're seeing in record numbers, more than ever before, I'm not sure if it's new or if social media is giving us these viewpoints, but you come to countries where you find the quality of life so much better, but the cost of living a lot less than what you're used to, and you overextend. You purchase a house.
So this woman here is making excuses for the people that are miserable. Yes, Robert, I agree.
Or you get an apartment in the most luxurious part of the country. You're dining out every day, multiple times a day. You've got a driver, you know.
So you hear you hear of the excuses that she's making. She's saying, you know, this is why people are having problems. So she's not being transparent either.
You're doing all of these things. And while these things can still be relatively affordable, what I see for the most part is people just doing the most, like getting the most luxurious car, the most luxurious home, the most luxurious furnishings, and essentially they can't afford to not do the work that they were doing in the US.
Dr. Marilyn, I got you. Oh, and one more scam for you. If you purchase land to buy a house there and come back to the US while land is being built, someone can build on the land and stake claim on it because no one is there. And you want me to move? I'm not leaving. Oh my God. Thank you, Mary. Dr. Marilyn is on it. Thank you. I'm definitely Generation X. Yes, Diane. Okay, Dr. Marilyn, thank you for that. Okay.
To now sustain the life that they've created on the continent. And so, you know, when I first arrived to the continent, I wouldn't say made those mistakes. I have lived, had money, lost money, had money, lost it. So I knew how to live pretty frugally. But I do recommend that when you do migrate, that you enjoy that experience for the short term. And that's like 30 days, you know, celebrate yourself.
So she's trying to smooth it over. Vlad banned me. Dining out on sauteed monkey paws. No, thank you. Woo, no, yeah, no thanks. I'm good. So I had that to share, and then I have, you know, I'm going to TikTok now. You know, I have to show you some TikToks, and then we're done. All right. Oh my God, this chat is awful, and I love it. Okay, we have a good time on here. We really do. All right, let me show you, because I looked at some of these earlier. Okay, let me show you here. All right.
When I first moved to Africa, I was so naive and I believed that all Africans would look at me as family. But that was far from reality. To the average African, I was nothing more than a money bag. I'm not saying this because I think Africans are bad, but rather to inform you so you don't make the same mistake that I did. And believing that a complete stranger would look at you as family because you guys have the same skin tone. I have a complete African relocation guide that details everything you need to know before moving here, like what to pack, what to leave behind, how to deal with the locals, how to integrate with the locals. Swipe left and check out the details in my profile. When I first...
Okay, so again, yeah, and if you look at her comments, do you know, as an American, no matter where you go, people see you as a money bag. They think Americans are rich everywhere, not just Africa. So yeah, if you read the comments, said, yes, girl, I went and they don't care about us. They only want money from us. So we don't have 1, 2, 3, 10, 50, 100, 1,000. Everyone is saying this. All right. So, all right. So let me show you another, and then we'll go. I just have a couple more to share with you. I mean, what do you think, folks? Here's another. Okay.
We have the money because we come from the States, which to a certain degree, because the city is less, sure. But you have to think to, like, let's say me myself, I have busted my tail to save money to be able to come over here. So when you raise the price on me and I'm not some millionaire, you know what I mean? It's very disheartening because I save money to come here. I don't have a lot of money, you know what I mean? So in the States, I think there's a misconception that Black people have the money. As a majority, I mean, there are, like, you know, individuals, but as a majority, we have the least money in the States. So we come over here, y'all assume we have the money because.
And if you look at her comments, girl, they do not care. They sold us for weapons. No lies were detected here, and rum and other items. Okay. So, yeah, if you look at the comments, again, the people I shared with you earlier that were talking about how wonderful it was, the MSNBC leftist loonies, yeah, they're not going to tell you this.
Extremely dangerous to tell people to enter the expat lifestyle, and you are not mentally preparing them for the shift that has to happen. I just watched a video about this guy who said, I couldn't stitch it, but that they are unaliving Americans in Africa. Now, we moved our family from America to Turkey. Before moving to Turkey, we invested in Africa. It's extremely dangerous, and I feel like irresponsible to just tell people, oh, Americans should just go back home to Africa. When I post stuff, a lot of people get upset and they say, oh, she's generalizing. I'm not generalizing. I've had the same experience more than 10 times or in multiple countries on the continent. It's not a generalization at this point. Now, it is important.
So this young lady had been to several African countries. Okay, I think I may have missed some comments. Cammy, Africans will scam their own family members that live outside of Africa, saying they're building a house on land that they sent them to purchase, but they didn't. Yeah, Tijuana border jumper. None of them have even mentioned assimilating. You cannot go to a foreign country thinking it's the States. Stop it, people. Good point, Tijuana. All right. Let me see what else I had. So yeah, you have these people on here, and you know you have to. Okay, this lady right here, she was pretty good too.
When you move to Africa, well, Africa is not like the United States. It's not a lot of jobs there, and the jobs that are there, they're very low paying. Of course, the cost of living is good, is because it's down, it's affordable. But what's the point when you don't have no money, no good jobs? That's what they don't tell you guys. See, it's easier to live down there. The we don't pay that much rent. We don't pay that much this. We don't pay that much that. But guess what? When you can't have the job that you want, because you're not gonna have the job that you want. So what do you do now? Y'all gotta do your research, okay? Stop just listening to other people. Do your research. Do your fucking research. Things they do not tell you when you move to Africa.
Stop listening to people who don't live there. So, CJ Parks, I just received your email, love. I have one more to share with you. Okay, where's the one more, and then we should be done. But yeah, I've been watching these videos all day. Okay, this lady here we go.
So when I saw this video of this Black woman who came on social media, I believe the video was like 4 years old, but it's just gone viral now, about how she went to Africa and she's boohoo sobbing and crying about her awful experience living in Africa. Now she wants to come back to the US, all because she left the US in the first place because of false narratives, because she lives in her Trump deranged syndrome. It just further proved to me, and honestly, I just shook my head and I just laughed, because it just further proves that, you know, Black liberals in America have got to be the most dumbest people in American society. And they're fucking grifters, honestly. They are a bunch of fucking flakes and fakes and grifters. They jump on bandwagons that they do not understand. They are not free thinkers. They have people think for them and feed them information, but they'll never do their due diligence. They'll never do their research. And honestly, this woman's bad experience of Africa, and that was also another problem. The fact that she said Africa, she doesn't realize, because of lack of knowledge, that Africa is a continent, not a country.
Okay, so what do you all think about that? Okay. So yeah, I wanted, I always have to show you some TikToks now. But yeah, sorry, not sorry. You made your bed. What did the old people used to say? You made your bed, now you have to lie in it. So no, Tijuana, Africa's not the United States. Darla said, gee, all this time I thought Africa was the US. I'm so happy she told me. Woo, these comments. Hit the like button for me, folks. We're almost at 50 likes. I love it. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. Because like I said, it has been going viral because so many people are talking about this woman. Now, I also have, but I don't want to keep you too much longer. It's Saturday and people have things to do. But I have one. What I'll do, I have one that I'll share. Let me show you. I'll just put it in the description box up under the video, and then you can watch it on your own. Okay. Oh my God. Let me see. All right, let me show you. Now, again, with this narrative, remember when Trump became president the first time, people were like, oh, I'm going to leave. And then, of course, with this second time, oh my God, so many people, it's so horrible. They can't deal with the fascism, the racism, the white supremacy, that they have to go. So this, if you look right here, can everyone see? Thank you, Tijuana. And I appreciate you being here with me. So this video right here, that's why I'm not going to play it for you. I'm just going to share it with you in the description box. It's 21 minutes and it's different people packing up. They packed up and moved to Africa and regretted it. Okay. I appreciate that, Tijuana. I really do. But I'll put this in the description box, folks. And I want you to make sure you're here tomorrow because I know I told you I would do another video on the situation with what's his face? The teen that unalived the other teen in Texas. And I told you I wanted to gather some more info. And I know some people, won't agree with my viewpoint, but I told you I look at everything from the eyes of an educator. And, I'm going to attack it from that standpoint. And I found an excellent channel today. She's a teacher as well. And she hit the nail on the head. The name of her channel is Teacher Therapy. And she did a video and I loved it. Carmelo Anthony, The Downfall of America, Zero Accountability, Enabling Parents, and a Victim Mentality. She's also a teacher. And so I watched that and I was like, oh my God. She says what you've heard me say 1,000 times on here. That there is no accountability and there's a victimhood mentality where they make the perpetrator the victim, right? We've seen that happening over and over again. Cammie, did you hear that Ireland said they want Rosie? Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell. No one wants that lady. Oh my God. And no one cares that she left. That song on that Breakfast Club soundtrack, don't you forget about me. Yes, I love that. So yeah, that's so I may talk about that tomorrow because I've talked about that a lot. And that's kind of where I'm going with that case. And I don't like, again, the parasite that attached himself to that family. And the victim's father just wanted to come and be there and pray. And they treated him like trash. The parasite treated him like trash. And Florida said, we don't want that entity back. Woo! So Cammie, did you get the yeah, you need to check the video out. Cammie, you have a lot of catching up to do, dear. So make sure you're here tomorrow. So I'm probably going to talk about that because, again, some people may disagree, but I'm looking at it from the standpoint of an educator. And don't fault me for that. That's all I've done for 27 years. So, you know, that's where we'll go with that. And you've heard me talk about it frequently, so it's nothing new. So I hope you enjoyed it. CJ, you won't see the legacy media reporting on this. Of course not. Chubb said one more thing. He's going to watch Tarzan Escapes. See you tomorrow. Love you. Love you too, Chubb. Oh my God, I can't with him. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. You know, we'll be here tomorrow, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and having some more fun. Tijuana Border Jumper, Hussey Smollett 2.0. Yes, yes. Oh my God. Okay, I'll let you go. And don't forget, I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at Tijuana Border Jumper. Thank you, dear. Anticipation. Anticipation. It's making me wait. Now, you know I had to sing some Carly Simon because I can't wait to see you again tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, CJ, I love that movie. You know where I'm going now. I'm going straight to the comment section, and I will talk to you as long as you are there. Thank you again for spending your very valuable time with the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. Attitude dancing is better. Tijuana Border Jumper. Oh, no. I'm stuck in the 70s, Tijuana. All right. See you in the comment section.